Lapid Leaders Africa is a non-profit organization whose mission is to ignite the prowess of the next generation of African leaders and empower them to reimagine the possible, equip the youth with the skills, the mindset, the networks, the experiences that they need to be able to be transformational leaders within the marketplace, and yet at the same time enable businesses to grow and benefit from those young people.
Our focus is in entrepreneurship and leadership training, and we do this through a program that we call the flagship program, based on three core areas: leading self, leading the marketplace, and leading Africa. Because we believe as an organization that here in Africa, no one is coming to save us. And we need to build and raise leaders internally who can build solutions across the continent so that we can change the narrative of Africa. We believe that we are the most endowed continent. Just like we have a lot of minerals, young people are a treasure and a resource that we need to exploit as a continent.
Crossroads is a program that works with 4 years, at least 4 years of experience, and equips a person who's just starting to ask themselves, where am I in the workplace?
Who, at this point in their careers, they have gotten enough experience to try and figure out what they want to do in the future. But sometimes that might look like not being able to have the capacity to actually make the next move.
So what happens is most of us, the first job chooses us. But at some point you start to ask, why am I doing this job?
If I want to pivot into a new role, how do I go about it?
And that's what we call a crossroads.
I am fairly equipped now for a managerial role in terms of my experience, but do I have actually the skills and capacity to lead a team?
But you want to do more, you want to be involved in impact. Crossroads then is perfect for you.
I think what the program has done for me in my capacity as an employee, it first has enabled me to step into the business owner's shoes, so that when I am going to the business owner with proposals, when I am interacting with clients, I have a 360 view of what certain decisions organizations position, and that has really been helpful. Internally, it has also helped me to be able to lead a team.
The biggest magic is seeing somebody connect who I am and the work I do, because that's a place where people work with excellence and have more impact. But also enjoy seeing them being promoted and sort of taking up new responsibilities. I think one of them is now actually working for us. We ended up recruiting him from a different organization. We have somebody who moved to UK and is an assistant manager. We have somebody who is a talent manager. I mean, they are all in different spaces, but the thing I love the most is that they can now connect work and who they are.
So my entrance to Lapid is not your everyday kind of entrance. I met the founder, Esther, at a different forum. It was actually a recruitment for Carnegie Mellon, and she happened to know the lady who was doing the recruiting, and so did I, and I was coming to just give her a talk because I'd gone to the campus. And we just got chatting in the car, and she said, you know what, come, let's see what we can do together. And I said, fantastic, you sound like you're doing something great. And I've been in the program now for a while, and that's how I came to learn about Crossroads. A fantastic class, did it in 2020, which also made it a very interesting time, right? Because COVID times, lockdown, also at a crossroads. I was already thinking about what do I want to do next, about work, about my life, and boom, I found myself in the perfect class.
When I joined Lapid Crossroads, I was a business analyst at Seed Africa Group. This was an individual contributor role where I was just checking the business data and making recommendations for what the business can do better.
At the time, I had just started leading teams at a larger capacity. I had been leading teams earlier in a more informal capacity. So when I started Crossroads, I got to understand my leadership style. I got to understand why teams behave the way they do. I got to understand how teams are formed, how to cement myself as a change maker and a decision maker.
After Crossroads, I got a promotion at my place of work and was made a leader of others. Now I was required to manage other individuals and also be responsible for their performance.
Out here, we always hear that, you should be an entrepreneur, but no one has ever told me that there's something called entrepreneurship that you can actually build in the company and spaces you are at. For me, that was phenomenal. So that changed my mindset in this way. If there was a problem or a gap I thought I could fix, right, then I would look at it, okay, how would I go about building a solution for it?
The second lesson that I learned was around personal mastery and change, is that you have to be a master of self and understand what motivates me in terms of reward and threat. So basically you assess how people within your team and even yourself look at primary reward and primary threats, and you look at what is it that you're able to motivate your team in doing. So you look at such things and they allow you to lead a team as well as know yourself.
That one is mindset. But mindset is a game changer. How do you change the way you think and look? And that's like part of my everyday life, you know? I need to look 10 years ahead, 10 years behind. When they talk about leadership dynamics, they ask you if you're going to lead others, you know? You have to be in a growth mindset 24/7 to be able to do so. So that was just fantastic.
What has come across for me is that these people have gone on to pivot in the various organizations that they worked in, but also go a step higher.
When I think about success in this program, it's us to allow business owners to focus on business development. As managers take ownership of part of business development, but even the operations of organizations. And that allows organizations then to realize their full potential because they have the right managers and leaders within the organizations.
I would say if you're someone who's at the point of their career where they are not sure about what their next step is, or if you're someone who can clearly see the next step, but you do not have the soft skills that will enable you to make the most of that step, then I would say Crossroads is definitely the place for you, because you'll get access to mentors, you'll get access to networks, you'll get access to a community of like-minded individuals who've walked the path, who can support you and guide you in making that decision. And even moreover, after you have completed the program, give you access to a space where you get to implement what you have learned throughout the program. And I will say that is the value of Crossroads, and that is why you should be a part of the program as well.
And then two, if you make that choice, make the choice to also do the work, because the work is not easy.
And so for me, when I talk to employers, and this is something that I think about for myself and every other organization that I've worked in, you have a responsibility to grow yourself, but also you have a responsibility to grow your teams. And that determines the quality of work that you end up with. And so what we are providing is an opportunity to partner with you to grow your team to the capacity that they serve you even better and are able to grow the business. That is, we allow individuals to be people and purpose-driven people at that. The quality of their work will increase, and ultimately the people who will benefit our employers and businesses. So please send us your people.